On today's First Time Buyer channel, we are going to answer an important question. When you're shopping for a house, should you offer over asking price? Hey, welcome back. Enrique here with First West Financial. I am a mortgage broker located here in Southern California. I'm actually in the beautiful Coachella Valley, and this is the First Time Buyer channel. Now, what is the First Time Buyer channel? Well, I love this place because this is a place where I get to answer questions that people that are thinking about purchasing a home have. This is a place where people who are seeking and searching to buy a home come for answers, and we have lots of answers. We have lots of topics, so don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to go check out some of our other videos where I talk about credit, income, realtors, home inspections, appraisals. I weave through all of the ins and outs of buying a home because we want to help the first-time buyer buy a home in a way that is simple and easy. And right now I'm going to come to you with a topic that is very controversial. There's a lot of this going on. So if you started shopping, you probably already know that in many parts of the United States, especially here in California, especially in Southern California, in some parts of Northern California, there is a shortage of homes. At least that's what they say, that there's not a lot of homes. So what this is creating is creating an abundance of buyers because rates are really, really good. Well, that's a problem because when you're ready to make a bid on the home, when you're ready to make your offer, there's a lot of competition. So let's unpack what happens here. So if you are already shopping around for a home, you already probably encounter that you maybe made a couple of offers and they either got rejected or they got countered. So we see people who are making offers that are over asking price. Well, what does that mean? I'll explain. So let's say you want to purchase a home and the home is listed for $350,000. Well, for many years, most people say, well, don't offer $350, offer less, $340, $345. That's your bid, that's your offer. And of course, you go back and forward doing an offer and a counter offer. Well, when it's a seller's market like this one, when the market is crazy like this one, rates are low and there's not a lot of inventory, here's what happens. You offer $350 and it's very possible that they're going to counter you back and say, no, we want more money. We want $360 or $370. So you sit there and you think, well, how does that work? You were asking for $350 and now you want me to pay $370 for the house. That is what we call offering over asking. So we're starting to see some really crazy things happening. For example, I just read that a house in Los Angeles that was listed for $1.1 million ended up selling for almost $1.3 million. That means that the buyers offer $200,000 more than what the house was listed for. Can you imagine? That's a lot of money. Here in the Valley, we see it too. Right where I live, there's houses that are listed for $400,000 and they end up selling for $410,000 or $415,000. That is what we call over asking. So the question is, should you do that? Is it wise to do that? There is no clear answer, but I'm going to try to unpack it for you. As a mortgage broker, I see a lot of people overpaying for houses, and then what are the results of it? So let's take a look. First of all, the first recommendation is, the first thing I'm going to tell you is you need to talk to a realtor. You have to have a reputable realtor that is going to walk you through the process of making a fair offer for the home. Just because it's crazy out there, people are not going to want you to pay for the house if your realtor is giving you good advice. If the house is worth $350 and is not going to appraise any higher than that, what is the purpose of offering $370 or $380 if you know it's not going to appraise and the seller is not going to lower the price? So that's the first thing you need to do, is have a good conversation with your agent about how much is the house and what is a reasonable expectation, what is a reasonable amount that you can offer for that house. The second thing you have to remember is what I just said, that if the home doesn't appraise, then the whole deal is going to fall apart. Well, what does that mean? Well, when you make a purchase for, say, $350, the bank is going to send an appraiser to the house to make sure that the house is worth what you're paying for. So if you are overpaying by $20,000 or $30,000 and there are no other sales comparable and the home doesn't appraise, the appraisal is going to come in short you're not going to be able to finance the home, and then the seller's either going to have to reduce the price or everybody walks away. So it's a waste of time for a lot of people. So talk to your real estate agent about what happens if the home doesn't appraise. If you don't have the extra money to cover it, you need to let your agent know. If you think the seller's not going to lower the price, then you need to know that in advance, because if the home is not worth it, you need to be prepared to know that you order the appraisal and then you have to cancel the transaction and everybody walks away. Now, the third thing you need to take into account is this market going to hold to be able to support the larger over asking prices? In other words, if you buy the home for $380, but the house is only worth $350, and that's only because temporarily there's no houses, so everybody's outbidding each other, and then later you find out that you want to sell the house and the price is stabilized, now you're not going to get your money back. So it's a little bit like during the pandemic when there was no toilet paper, right? And everybody's getting crazy about the fact that there's no TP and people are offering double the price and triple the price. Well, I mean, you obviously need toilet paper, you obviously need a house, but just be reasonable and understand that you may end up stuck with a house that you overpaid, and then when the price is stabilized, we don't expect they're going to drop, but they're going to stabilize. Then you're going to say, oh man, I paid $20,000, $30,000 more for the house, and now I have to wait several years for that equity to happen again. So that's the second thing you have to take into account. Now, for a lot of people, waiting is a better choice. They're saying, you know what, I just don't want to offer over asking price. I don't think it's wise for me to do that. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until the price is stabilized. There's nothing wrong with that. Are the prices going to stabilize soon or later? We don't know. We wish you had an answer for you. We don't know. And any realtor that tells you they know, they don't know either. The economy is crazy because of the pandemic and the fact that we're actually coming out of the economy. So we have tons of buyers, low rates, and low inventory. That's a recipe for the perfect storm that is happening right now. So in short, you have to do what is right for you and your family. Do you want to overpay? I don't know. You know, the other day I read an article that Popeye's Chicken, you remember Popeye's Chicken was selling those chicken sandwiches, and there was a shortage of them. So people were actually standing in line buying the chickens for, I don't know, the sandwich for like $3.99, and then turning around and selling it to someone else for double the price, right? So someone is always taking advantage of someone else. Can you imagine paying double for a chicken sandwich? I can. I wouldn't do that. But a house, that's a different story. You may want to consider all the angles. It's a huge purchase, and you want to do the wise and right thing. So talk to your realtor. If you need a recommendation for a reputable realtor, give us a call at 760-488-6482. We work with tons of realtors. We know the good ones. And also, we can also help you with your mortgage, with the financing, knowing what your limits are. You don't want to offer more money than you're qualified for. The payment is going to get higher. And lately, every other call that I get from my agents is, hey, I need to see if you can go a little higher on Mary, or I need to see if you can go a little higher on Peter, because there's no houses and they need to offer more than asking. We understand that, but you have to be careful. So talk to your professional real estate agent and give us a call about your mortgage. We'll be happy to connect with you. We'll be happy to teach you, educate you, help you, encourage you, and help you become a homeowner. This is Enrique with the First Time Buyer channel. Don't forget, click subscribe and check out our other videos. We'll see you next week.